This gentleman here has had his hand up for some time. If you could bring the mic, gentleman here in the middle of the second row, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Prime Minister. This question I've got for you is actually linked to what's just been said. And really, it's tied in with a pledge that you made within the past 12 months together with Alan Johnson when he was Secretary of State for Health. And that was to end the postcode lottery. And I'm particularly interested in the access to cancer drugs, just because my wife, who's sitting beside me, has suffered with advanced bowel cancer. With 152 PCTs operating their own policies and procedures, they have their own panel composition, which is entirely up to them, and without external or independent scrutiny, my belief is the postcode lottery will continue to run and run. I understand there isn't a limitless budget. I also understand that you tripled the health service budget within 10 years, and that's to be applauded. But my great concern is that the Labour Party and the government are doing themselves no great service by tackling this issue.
Well, I think everybody will agree with the sentiments you express, that when people are in need of treatment, they should get the best treatment, and what is available in one part of the country should be available in another part of the country. And I think the best thing that I can do to help you is to ask Nick Brown to meet you and your constituency MP at the beginning of next week to see what we can do about this. I wish you both well.
Right.
Let us see what we can do.
George Reyes from the British Medical Association, local doctor.
Thank you.
That's grand. Thanks very much, Gordon. I work in the northeast of England, but about 6 hours ago I was in Kirkcaldy, and you know that place very well.
That's my constituency.
That's right, and I'm going back tonight for family reasons. Now, the whole point is that you talked about the future of the health service, and I'd actually like to remind you that when the Labour Party was trying to get power in 1997, you talked about getting rid of the commercialisation, getting rid of the fact that there was a market in health, saying that this was a fundamental but very, very important issue. And what we now have is a national health service which is based on commercialisation, which is based on a market, which is based on competition, which is not based on collaboration, and which is not based on cooperation. You're looking for your vision for the future. Do you not think that you should be looking at getting a health service delivery based on cooperation and collaboration and getting rid of this market?
But George, that's what we want to see, a health service that serves all of the people. And what we tried to do on Monday, just before we continue this discussion about markets, on Monday we announced that health service entitlements will be available to people for the future. In the past we had targets and said, can we get to a situation where people have only 18 weeks to wait, or maximum of 18 weeks to wait to go into hospital? Now we've made the investment, we can say to people, you are entitled to be treated within 18 weeks. The average will be less than 10 weeks. If you don't get that entitlement, then this is what you do to complain so that you can get that action immediately. If you're worried about cancer and you go to your doctor, you've got to see a consultant within 2 weeks. We've changed it so that the investment there allows us to say there is now an entitlement that you will be seen within 2 weeks. If you go to accident and emergency, the entitlement, you've got to be seen within 4 hours. If you want a GP, there's entitlements now that the GP service has got to be available in your area at weekends and in the evening, as well as during working hours.
But I think, Prime Minister,
now, these are the things that matter.
Doing that on a market competitive
Well, is it?
You're not doing that on a cooperative.
No, isn't. Well, I hesitate to argue with a doctor, particularly someone who knows Kirkcaldy. I don't want to get into a row about the basic principle of the health service is surely treatment to all, irrespective of ability to pay. So you don't check your wallet, you don't check your credit card rating, you get treatment depending on need.